Positive thinking doesn't work. Positive thinking is garbage because it creates a tremendous conflict with your subconscious mind. There's a property in your mind known as the critical factor or the critical faculty of the mind. It's a buffer between your conscious and the subconscious mind. Think of it as a guardian at the gate. It protects your subconscious mind from all the new information, the information that your subconscious mind does not believe to be true. Let's say, for example, you're stressed out and you actually feel it in your system. You're feeling tension in your body, all the cortisol, and your mind is cluttered with negative thoughts and you feel this stress and you're telling yourself, I'm confident and calm. I'm confident and calm. But there's a voice inside of you that tells you, no, you're not. No, you're not confident and calm. Then you say to yourself again, I'm confident and calm, or I'm worthy and deserving, because your coach told you, visualize your goal and tell yourself, I'm worthy and deserving. But there's a voice inside of you that tells you, no, you're not. You say, I'm lovable, I'm amazing, I'm good enough. But your subconscious mind tells you, no, you're not. It may not be a voice. It could be just a visceral experience in your body. It could be a sensation here because there's a plexus of nerves right here around your heart and your solar plexus and all the way in your gut. Your subconscious mind is expressing itself as some kind of resistance, both mental and physical. How do you bypass this resistance? Well, my name is Alexander Fidelman. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. And after doing this work for many, many years, and after over thousands of clinical hours of work that I've done in this office, actually, right here in this chair, and in the last couple of years, very actively on Zoom, working with clients all over the world, I can tell you that there is a way to bypass your critical factor so effectively, so that you can get inside and plant those seeds that you want, the seeds of change directly in the subconscious mind. And I've created this very, very powerful system that allows you to do those things. First, you bypass that critical faculty of the mind, so that guardian at the gate. You don't fight him, you don't cheat him, you don't lie to him, you negotiate with him or with her. Then you actually get inside, let's say, this garden or this field, and you actually plant those seeds into the subconscious mind. Do you think this is it? Well, for a lot of people, that would be a huge game changer. But this is not all. So step number one, you bypass the critical factor. Step number two, you deliver the suggestions for change, or the affirmations if you say them to yourself, to your subconscious mind. But the step number three is what makes it or breaks it. It's actually working with the internal programs that will be blocking those seeds from surviving, from actually staying there forever. Unless you remove the weeds, it's a matter of time before those seeds die, and you have to then replant them over and over and over again. A lot of people are into self-help these days, and you know what? They go to all kinds of events. They hire coaches, which is amazing. They read all of those wonderful books, and I hear this so much from people from all over, media and the internet. It's all about the mindset. There are mindset coaches there. And as a hypnotherapist who's been doing this work directly with the subconscious mind of clients for so many years, I can tell you, mindset is useless unless all those changes are embodied in your neurology. Mindset is nothing. Conditioning is everything. People go to all kinds of important events, motivational speakers. They listen to those motivational audios, podcasts. They feel amazing. But then when they go back to their real life, to their daily routine, they go back to the old way of thinking, the stinking thinking. Why? Because the changes have not been embodied in the neurology. Think of yourself, metaphorically speaking, as like a balloon that's supposed to go up. But you need to blow all this hot air for the balloon to go up, because without it, it's not. So you're going to all of those events and you're blowing this hot air. And of course, as long as you're blowing the hot air, the balloon is going up higher and higher and higher. But the moment you stop, it starts to go down, and sometimes very, very quickly. Why? Because this balloon, in the basket of this balloon, there are all kinds of unnecessary bags of sand and some other stuff, all kinds of weight that's been accumulated over the years. Before the age of 12, guys, we create all of the internal programs. And every instance in your life when you feel unworthy or you're not living up to the expectations of other people as a child, or maybe you feel vulnerable, helpless, not enough in some ways, and you experience a strong negative emotion. In those moments, there is a scar left in the psyche. Those emotions accumulate over time, and those scars accumulate over time as well, and they turn into filters through which you're going to perceive reality. And unless you change those filters, you will always be feeling the old emotions. You may ignore them, but they will get bottled up. And hence, in that basket, you have those bags. And what's inside those bags? There are 4 major emotions that have been accumulated over time: sadness, fear, anger, and guilt. And there are 2 types of anger: anger at others and anger at yourself. Those emotions accumulate in your system because it's not just in your mind, it's a neurophysiological process. Cortisol, 1,400 other chemicals that are being released by your system. When you experience those negative emotions, it does not disappear. All of those micromuscles in your body tense up over time, causing all kinds of negative physical conditions in the body. So releasing those emotions is very, very important. My work, my job as a hypnotherapist is not just to plant the seeds. That's important, don't get me wrong. Bypassing the critical initial resistance of the mind is very, very important. Most people never get to this point. But once we bypass that initial resistance, that's what most hypnotists do. Oh, they can bypass the resistance. You get relaxed, you feel good, you deliver those suggestions into your subconscious mind. That's amazing. But they don't stick even after a hypnotic session. I've designed a process which will ensure that you remove every single weed. Not a single stone will remain unturned, to release all of those negative emotions and then get to the internal programs that were creating those emotions, that were created before the age of 12. As a certified clinical hypnotherapist, I've been doing this for so many years, and I've designed this system, and I've actually created a masterclass. It's a free masterclass only if you're serious. I have to warn you, do not even consider starting this kind of a journey unless you're willing to dive into the deep end of your emotions, unless you are willing to experience very, very strong emotions inside. Because guess what? All the emotions that accumulated in your psyche up until this point in time, they need to be released if they are negative. So let me tell you this, do not start this journey, do not even consider this journey of personal transformation unless you're willing to dive into the deep end of your emotions. This is not the same as talk therapy. This is not the same as a regular coaching session. You're not going to talk about the patterns. You're not going to talk about your emotions. You're not going to talk about that little boy or little girl that you once were. You will actually be that person. Neurologically, you will experience the states of your psyche that are connected to those younger periods in your life when you internalize those negative programs, and you will feel very, very intense emotions. I'm warning you, do not consider even starting this journey unless you're absolutely willing to dive into the deep end of those emotions and actually feel them and release them. It's a very powerful journey. It's like a detox. You release a lot of emotions accumulated over time, but then you feel truly liberated. And then that space gets freed up, and then we can plant more and more positive seeds. That's when they will be accepted. So I've created a masterclass, and this masterclass in 45 to 50 minutes will give you a very, very complete and comprehensive overview about where you are and where you're going. It's going to give you so much clarity. Guys, I promise you, whether you choose to do this work or not is totally up to you. This is what gets me up in the morning. This is what I love. I love doing this. This is not just about the money. This is about passion. This is about what really making a huge difference. And I know this process works, and it works so well. So whether you work with me or not, watch the masterclass. I promise your life will never be the same. You're going to have so much clarity about where you are and where you're going and the steps you need to take. Whether you choose to do this work or not, this is up to you. But I promise you, this masterclass will change your life. So click the link below this video, sign up for the masterclass, and you will learn how to create those 5 shifts in your life that will ensure that you move from anxiety, from burnout, from depression, from terrible accumulated anger, from fear, all the way to confidence, deep inner peace, physical energy in your body, motivation, and really waking up that inner power within. And if you're truly willing to do all this work and transform yourself and clear all of those emotions, that's great. Then we can perhaps connect after this. But if not, I know this world will be a better place if people learn what I learned over so many years of doing this work with clients, and this is exactly what I'm sharing in this masterclass. Be well, take care.